Alright YouTube, this is day 2 of the GS500 work. If you've been following along, maybe you haven't, maybe this is the first time you've clicked on the video, but this is a 1992 Suzuki GS500E. Taking the tank off, the side covers are off, all that stuff's off. I bought it last night. I got it home. I didn't have the key. Actually, the key that I had was this one. In the bag because it's broken. But today, and actually in the video last night, what I did is I took the headlight apart, I had all the wires out, and I was trying to kind of jump to find out, try to jump the ignition hot wire it so that I could see if everything worked, because I didn't get a chance to do it when I bought it. So what I did today is I took the broken key to a locksmith, got the new key, so now I can turn it on and off. The only problem is the key is not perfect because they had to make it from a broken key. So if I turn it off, it's hard to get it back on unless you wiggle it and pray, and then it comes back on. So the lady told me to bring it back and to bring something, either bring the bike or bring the ignition or bring the tank, something, and they could probably make it work better. So my thought is to take the tank, since I can't even get that open by wiggling it around. So I'm going to take the tank up there sometime and see if they can get the key to actually work. So this video is going to be a two-part video. First part, I'm going to talk about getting it to start. The problem I had last night is I could not get the starter to turn over. I had the wires pulled off in the front. I was trying to trace them back to the relay. In the video, I jumped the solenoid and got the motor to turn over a little bit. Well, what I did last night is I went on the computer to the two best known and reputable sites that there are on the internet. I went to YouTube and I went to Google. First I Googled the wiring diagram for this bike, and when I was looking at the wiring diagram, I noticed that there was a switch on the side stand, and also there's a switch with the clutch, and the wires from those end up going to the solenoid, green thing right there. So that led me to finding a video of someone starting it, and basically to start this bike, which I didn't do last night and I couldn't get it to start and couldn't figure it out why, the side stand has to be up and the clutch has to be pulled in. Okay. Another issue, this morning I ran out and tried it and it wouldn't work. Last night also I had the starter button. I had this control pulled apart because I was trying to figure out what wire actually went to the starter button. Found out that also, to make this thing run, the control has to be hooked onto the handlebar because that, I guess, grounds it, which completes or whatever the circuit so that it'll try to start. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the side stand up. Side stands up. And pull the clutch in. Push the button. And I need to charge the battery some. So, but it does start to try to turn over. So that's the good. All the lights work. I've got a key that'll turn the ignition on, but doesn't open up the tank, so I gotta get that fixed. The starter does attempt to start. I haven't checked the spark yet. Actually, maybe we'll do that in a second. And what I could do, I've got a spark plug tester. I might be able to stick it in there and get it to work. We'll look for that in a second. So that's the good stuff. Got the key. Got it so it seems like it'll do something. Go ahead and unhook the battery because the battery's going dead. Now for the bad. Carburetors. I decided I'm going to go ahead and pull the carburetors. I was going to make a video of it, of me cleaning them. The GoPro camera, I was getting ready to put it on my head. It's over there on the bench. And the SD2 card wasn't in it, so I couldn't use that. So I was like, all right, well, let me go ahead and pull out the carburetor and at least look at it. And then I was going to run in and get the card and stuff. Well, that air box, this way hooks into the two carburetors, sits in there just about like this. First of all, I look down in there. Rusty, full of trash. Not a good sign. So undid the two bolts or screws on the side. This thing wouldn't come out. Undid the carburetor started pulling on it, and two bad things. First of all, this thing is a mess. Disgusting. I don't even know if that's going to be able to be cleaned. So who knows what the bowls look like. So that's discouraging. The next discouraging part is that the carburetor has this pipe. I don't know exactly what this pipe does. I'm going to go inside and research it in a minute. But that pipe there, when I was pulling it out, my chubby fingers decided to pull on this when I was pulling it out, and I snapped the pipe. So whatever it is, it's not going to work anymore. Now looking at it, I don't know if that was supposed to be able to come off at some point or what. So I don't know if I'll be able to fix that or not. So I'm going to go in and figure out exactly what that is, what the pipe's for, and see if that's a part that I can buy. Or somehow I might be able to get it to hook back. I don't know. But these carburetors are nasty. I mean, that stuff is just gross. I don't want to see the inside, really. So the one good thing, I don't know, looking on eBay, a lot of the parts for this are really cheap. I mean, of course, there are some parts that are more expensive, and just most likely the carburetors are going to be most expensive part that I need to buy, which it's always works out that way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to see maybe what a new set of carburetors or used set would work or cost. I know the previous owner told me that he stopped messing with it because they were leaking, and then he never fixed it. So I know they were going to be an issue to begin with, but it might be worth it in the long run just to replace them. Now another thing, this tube went to the airbox. The two tubes there went to the tank. There was nothing on this spot right here, which runs between each carburetor. So I need to figure out exactly what that goes to. But alright, so that's pretty much it for tonight. I've only been out here for about 20 minutes, but I was hoping to not find that and not to break a piece off of it. So there's no point in me actually even pulling apart and cleaning it if that pipe is not something I can fix or not something that I can replace. So I'm not going to waste my time pulling the carburetors and cleaning them until I can figure out what's up with that pipe. It wasn't broken. I felt it break when I was pulling it out. So last thing before I turn off the camera, I got my tools all over the place. I'm not the neatest person around. Here we go. Let's see if this thing will do something with telling me about spark. It might not. Probably won't. I'm holding the camera, trying to hold the clutch, I'm trying to do this. It's probably going to be difficult. Alright. Yeah, this hold on, let's see if I can I'm going to do it real quick to see if it does anything. Alright, I'm going to try to angle the camera right there. Zoom in. Now that might be kind of hard for you to see. But right about here, you'll see it light up. So I do have spark, which is a good thing. So, which I didn't know that last night because I wasn't able to do anything with the ignition. Alright, so here's the deal. Carburetors, I got to figure out what's up with those. Once I figure out the carburetors, this thing should run. So thanks for watching tonight, Big Germ's Garage. I will be out here later on, tomorrow maybe, working on this. Got to get that cleaned up so I can try to get it sold, and a bunch of other stuff to mess with. Thanks for watching. Rate, subscribe, and leave comments. Have a great day.